Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Matt Hannah.
And this is Horror Hour with the Hannahs.
Where you stay tuned and you stay scared. Because I had no intro today, so the outro's the intro. We're talking backwards.
Oh, great. I feel like you're doing that for the wrong movie. That would work better for like a Twin Peaks.
I was thinking
like
that.
a Lynch movie. Well, it's not a Lynch movie today, but in the wise words of Bodies, 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 today's episode is a podcast about hanging out with your smartest and funniest friend. So we are joined with reoccurring guest, Anna.
Hello. It's my favorite bit that Matt doesn't like.
It's growing on me. We say it about everybody, though.
I know.
I also,
if we haven't recorded with someone before, I don't say it.
I also rewatched that movie recently, and the joke is that she has a podcast about them hanging out with her, and she's the smartest and funniest friend.
No, I don't think that's...
Correct. I just watched it. That's exactly what it is. They're like, what's your podcast about? She said, it's a podcast about hanging out with your smartest and funniest friend, meaning her.
I don't think it implies it's about her.
Oh my God, I just watched the movie.
I also watched the movie not that long ago.
No, it's definitely about her. That's the bit.
Anna, thoughts?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I feel like even if she says it's about hanging out with your smartest and funniest friend, that could still imply other people. I don't know.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is funny if it's her.
It's fine.
I think it's just an excuse for her to hang out with her friends. And that's the whole bit. Okay, so shut up.
Okay.
Well, today we're here with Anna, who is one of our smartest and funniest friends, either way. And we are going to be talking about The Shape of Water. This episode is coming right after Valentine's Day, so we wanted to cover a monster fucker movie.
Mm-hmm.
Romance.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, friends. Happy Valentine's Day, Anna.
I hope everyone found a fish to fuck.
Or an amphibian.
No, fish man.
The Wikipedia calls him amphibian.
Yeah, but he
man.
has scales.
I would say he's in it because amphibian means you can be in water and on land, right? And he
I guess he
technically
is an
can be on
amphibian,
land, even though it's not.
But if he's just a fish man, that means he's a fish for water, a man for land.
Okay.
Fish man.
You can call him whatever
I'll
you
take
want.
that one.
And he also can't breathe on land. I'm pretty sure amphibians can.
He
has to go in the bath.
No, they said there's a whole thing about
right.
how he has two separate breathing apparatuses.
You're right. He just has to stay wet and go in the bath.
Yeah, I think they don't know how long. Stay wet.
Yeah. So that's what the hashtag for this movie.
Yeah, hashtag stay wet.
That should have been the marketing.
It's super,
The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Stay wet.
Yeah.
It's incredibly accurate, especially given all of her me time in the bath.
I know. She has plenty of me time in the bath. I know. I was like, Slay Queen, you do you, girlie. Yeah. I don't agree with your timing, though. Doing this before work is a choice, but
it's to wake herself up.
Also, the literal egg timer.
I know.
That shit would stress me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's got it down to a science.
That she does. She definitely has it. This has definitely been a pattern of hers for a really long time. Except, I don't know if her science is going that well because she's almost always late to work and her friend has to clock in for her. Okay.
I have another issue with that, which is that she rides a bus to work. So does that mean that she's can't get there on time, or if she gets there on time, it's 30 minutes early or something? It seems like a bus would have a pretty normal schedule. No,
who's to say? I don't know. Buses are almost never on time in my experience, but that was
I agree.
Pittsburgh.
But so then you can't blame her for being late.
But that's not how
get
jobs
on an earlier
work.
Bus, girl.
Yeah, jobs will blame you either way. Sadly.
That's a fair point.
Well, let's get into some background because I have plenty of it for this movie. It was directed and produced by Guillermo del Toro, who co-wrote the screenplay with Vanessa Taylor. It's starring Sally Hawkins, Michael Shannon, Richard Jenkins, Doug Jones, and Octavia Spencer. This movie was up for 13 different Oscars at the 90th ceremony.
Crazy.
Yes, and it had the most wins with 4. So I wanted to say, can you guys guess what this movie was up for?
I mean, it won Best Picture.
Yes.
So it was up for Best Picture. Probably Best Director.
Yes, it was up for Best Director, and it won Best Director.
Actress in the leading role.
It was up for cinematography, and it was up for Best Actress. For Sally
Supporting
Hawkins.
actor for Richard Jenkins.
Yes, it was
Wow,
up for
all right,
Richard
okay.
Jenkins.
Original score or soundtrack?
Original score.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
and
I like the music.
Now, since they've screwed up all the trade ones now. So would it have been for costume or what would the award have been?
It was up for Best Costume Design.
Costume
but it did
design.
Not win.
Okay. So how many have I gotten? A bunch, right?
I wasn't counting. But okay,
what
so
about
it was
supporting actress?
For
for
Octavia.
Octavia. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't. She's not in the movie at times. She's really good in what she's in. But like,
Yeah.
Richard Jenkins is so memorable. So okay, very cool. Anything
That's
else?
like kind of Octavia Spencer's MO, though. She's like not always
That's true.
the main character, but she always slays when she's on.
Very
She
true.
really
Halloween.
does
Rob
slay.
Zombie's Halloween too. She slays in it.
Matt, you're the only
Opening
person
scene.
who likes
I
that
know.
movie.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
She's really good in the movie she's in. It had to be for a screenplay of some sort too.
Oh, we already said that.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
No, I thought we said cinematography.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was up for screenplay.
Anything else?
Okay, so it was up for picture, director, actress, supporting actor, supporting actress, best original screenplay, cinematography, costume design, film editing,
Oh,
score,
of course, editing. Duh.
production design, sound editing, and sound mixing.
See, this is what sucks though, is they don't do those awards on TV anymore, and so I forgot about them.
Yeah.
And that makes me sad because like the sound editing's cool, the sound mixing, although I didn't know they were separate at the
Yeah,
time.
they are different. Well, they were different.
Very
I
cool
don't
though.
know.
So
Which is gonna
13.
Potentially date when we record this, but apparently for some award show that like the Critics' Choice, I think they were announcing the lesser known awards on the red carpet, which I thought was bananas.
That's so
And then everybody
disrespectful.
like and handing off. Yeah, it was E! News handing out like the actual awards. So I saw one for like the best foreign language film, and they like thought it was a joke because what the fuck? That's not how award shows work.
That's
That's
crazy to
insane.
do foreign language film on the red carpet.
It's crazy to do anything like that. Like, yeah, I get that you're not
But
going to
that
have
one
to televise the whole
especially.
thing, but like that one especially, yeah, totally. But like just generally, that's a wild way to do it, and I don't think it didn't seem like they announced it beforehand either.
Yeah, I see an article that came up. Viewers outraged after 2026 Critics' Choice Awards fails to announce several categories on
That's so
stage.
gross. Yeah, but now we need more time for a choreographed Bond dance because Amazon bought it.
I
like
know.
ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, wait. This is crazy.
This is
They-
breaking news from Anna.
They presented...
Breaking news 2 months later.
Yeah.
I guess just one, but
They presented the Secret Agents director and producer their award for Best Foreign Language Film on the red carpet.
It's insane.
They went up to them and said, I have a very special surprise for you. Congratulations. The Critics' Choice Award for Best Foreign Language Film goes to The Secret Agent. You're winners tonight, baby. After the award was handed out, the broadcast cut to commercial.
They didn't even get to say anything?
Yeah,
That's insane.
according to this.
Gross.
what a choice.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then, they also do TV awards for the Critics' Choice Awards, and the award for Best Foreign Language Series went to Squid Game. And it was during the broadcast, but it was given out off camera, which is crazy because Lee Byung-hun was literally there for no other choice
Ridiculous.
because he is the star of both. So, like, what the fuck?
And also that's
Literally
like
insane.
a huge show. There's like they made a whole live version of it, which is dystopian in its own right, but like that's not something that no one's ever heard of. Like there are certain foreign language things where it's like a little bit more niche for the American population, but like Squid Game is not one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on current events that are going to be dated, how many years do you think until there's a movie that's like Zero Dark 30, but for the Maduro capture? And it's like the
my
most
God.
disgusting, like Trump glazing movie of all time. Or who knows? I mean, it depends on what happens in the next 10 years.
Catherine Bigelow will make it, don't worry.
Yeah. I was
Hey,
thinking
girl
about
power, all right.
that. Hey, the theory is that the reason that it was so successful is because he actually cooperated with the U.S. prior, and this was like a game plan that him and his wife were involved with. But I don't know about that now that he's being like, they claim not guilty in that New York court. So, but again, current events that are going to be a month or plus behind. Woo! Cool. All right.
Matt, I just got
Big
an email
crazy
that
movie,
we
though.
were invited to an early screening
Of Greenland 2.
2.
I don't want to say anything mean while we're after being invited.
Simply haven't seen Greenland 1.
I didn't even know Greenland 1 existed.
Me either until I saw trailers for Greenland 2. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But
Anna, have you heard of Greenland or Greenland 2?
I've heard of the country. Does that count?
No. There's a movie
Then no.
about the world ending called Greenland that no one has heard
shit.
of. But there's a sequel
no,
coming.
yeah,
I
I've never
saw
heard of
the trailer for the second one, and I was like, "Oh, they're doing 2012 again." And then it was like Greenland 2, and I was like, "Oh, they're doing 2012."
What if the joke
a
is
third
there
time.
there wasn't one?
No,
before
there's
this?
a first one.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure there is.
I googled Greenland and it just came up with, did you mean Greenland?
Yeah. I was like,
No.
okay. Back to Shape of Water, though. Dog. The 4 categories that it won were Best Production Design, Best Original Score, Best Director, and Best Picture.
Nice.
So it winning the 2 big ones makes a lot of sense.
But no
did
acting
wanna-
awards. That's surprising.
Yeah. I don't find myself that surprised, I don't think.
I guess I also
I'm just
don't know what they were up against. So
That's
I'm
the
not
thing.
sure. I'm just a certified Richard Jenkins lover.
Yeah,
And
he's
so
great.
I would love to have seen a win for him here.
Yeah, he was great in this. I did want to share what was up for Best Picture, and you guys can tell me if you would have given it to Shape of Water.
Wait, before you even say this, I just remember people talking shit on Shape of Water, and I saw
So
it
much
before the
shit.
Oscars and thought that it was wonderful, and Hannah and I both really liked it. So then when it won, I was going around parading it and being like, oh, you thought it was shit? Well, it won Best Picture. Not that that means anything, but I was taking my wins where I could.
Yeah.
So tell me what it was up against, so if I see if I put my foot in my mouth.
I think you might have,
Okay.
but it's because I know there's a movie that you really like that it was up against.
Sure.
Okay. It was up against Call Me By Your Name.
And that won.
Shape of
Right.
Water won.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, what?
My brain just
dumb.
broke, guys. Hannah and I both been sick. I'm feeling dumb. We're off. It just all got off holiday break. I apologize. We've recorded 5 episodes in the past 2 days.
That's true. Okay, it was up against Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And by the way, Frances McDormand is who won against Sally Hawkins, which
I think.
Oh, yeah. I think this is the right choice.
yeah.
I think overall this is a pretty split year. Get Out was never going to win, even though it would have been cool.
That would have been a really cool win.
I really do like Phantom Thread, but that's not a crowd pleaser. I think it is, but that's a tougher watch for a lot of people.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think that's a better movie?
I mean, hell, if There Will Be Blood didn't win, Phantom Thread's not winning for PTA.
yeah.
He probably should have won director, though, for Phantom Thread, in my opinion.
Against GGT.
I think so, yeah. But this is, this movie was very crowd pleasing. I mean, it's like an adventure film at its heart, so.
But it's not crowd pleasing. Everyone hated it.
Well, apparently, I don't know. But
Enough of us
you have to
liked
remember that the critics that watch this stuff are also kind of brain dead. Not critics.
It's true.
The Academy is kind of brain dead.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think they particularly like films that challenge them in any way.
It depends.
Which is why a
on
movie
what
like
kind of
Eddington would
challenge.
never.
Well,
get
also
put up.
because Eddington's
The best movie of
not
the
good
year.
enough to
Literally
be up.
the best movie of the year. Okay.
Sorry. Well, okay, just based off what I think is going to make the 10, I think there's at least 8 movies better than Eddington,
Boo.
in my opinion.
Okay, all right.
But
Anyway,
we all know how I feel about that movie.
My point, though, is that I do think that more difficult to watch movies are not winning nearly as often. Look
fair.
at as much as I like Everything Everywhere All at Once, that is very much a crowd pleaser movie.
Well, that's actually a crazy win because it's
I
fucking
agree
weird.
it's crowd because
So
it's
is
weird.
this.
That one was weird, and this one was. But apparently weird is better than challenging. So,
Fair.
but it all depends on the year, you know?
I was going to say, besides Phantom Thread, I didn't see Darkest Hour or The Post, but I'm not really getting the vibe that many of these are that challenging of movies. So
Yeah. I don't even know if Phantom Thread's challenging. It's just a little out there.
No, but they are
in a
I
different way.
think traditionally Oscar baity. I feel like the really
Yes.
dramatic period piece with Gary Oldman and a bunch of prosthetics is very
Yeah.
Oscar bait, and same with the Post was like about with Meryl Streep and about like the scandal at the Washington Post, like all of those things. Like I feel like they do have those kind of classical Oscar type things that the Academy normally goes for.
And I would say in the past couple of years, it's kind of gone away from that a little bit and more towards the more digestible stuff. Or am I wrong? I'm like trying to think of past years.
I think it's totally gone to like just what they think people like. I can't remember.
Wicked
who it was exactly.
being
like,
up.
They chose Wicked being up at all
is insane.
Or like who won? Oh my god, guy from the architecture movie, The Brutalist. Adrian Brody. Like the fact that they gave it to him because like, oh, he deserved it or whatever. Where it's like, but that's not about the movie. That's just like his career, and that's not what Oscars are supposed to be about.
They do it all the time.
Yes, on the movie. I know, and that drives me crazy. But I feel like it's happening like more often because like they get too much backlash on social media if they like don't go with those choices.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get backlash from me if certain people win this year. Actually, I will say all of the best actors that might be up by the time this comes out, like the nominations will be out, so we're actually gonna put out a reaction to that. So you might have already heard my opinions on that.
Wow.
But the 5 to 6 like front runners for best actor, I kind of don't have a strong preference for who wins. I think they're all really good.
Well,
but
here's what I'll say about this year. I feel similarly about this Shape of Water year. There's not really a huge strong preference for me. I feel like I might have talked my ass about the Academy not liking challenging films because obviously it changes every year. So everyone don't hate comment me on that one.
Don't hate Matt. He's covering his ass right now.
I'm covering my ass. I think I was wrong about that because Anna pointed it out and I was like, yeah, you're right. And I was thinking about Spotlight. And like maybe that's not that challenging because it's like easy to point fingers and be
it's not challenging in form, but what it's calling out
is a challenge.
It's challenging subject matter.
Yes. So,
but you know what? I would argue that fucking a fish is challenging subject matter.
Yeah,
so.
But everyone loves a love story. So
no one wants a love story, but there's only a select portion of the population who wants a monster fucker story,
and they happen to be in the Academy.
A lot of people did not like this movie.
Yeah. Bunch of prudes. All right, tell us more background.
Yeah, so
we're off topic.
It was inspired by Del Toro's childhood memories of seeing Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Of course,
he wanted the Gill Man and Kay Lawrence to succeed in their romance.
Me too.
So that inspired this film. And he wrote the film with Sally Hawkins in mind for the female lead, and he allegedly pitched the idea to her while he was drunk at the 2014 Golden Globes.
He's a messy bitch. I love him.
I love that.
It works. He's allowed to be.
That's funny as fuck.
Except for Frankenstein. You're on a short leash, Guillermo, in my opinion.
And the other two background facts kind of tie together, and they relate a lot to what we'll probably talk about in themes. But Octavia Spencer has said about the film, quote, "It's funny that he wrote two main characters who can't speak, and then the people he chooses to use as their voice are people who represent very disenfranchised groups, an African-American woman and a closeted gay man. That's a testament to who Guillermo is as a person. No one is invisible to him."
Shout out.
Which I really liked.
I think that's a great point. I wrote that in one of my notes to mention of like, how many, the entire main cast basically, aside from Strickland, are all minorities in some way that are like oppressed, and giving the voices to them, I think is a really great.
Including the fish man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Including the fish.
You don't need to say it like a joke.
I literally, my list of minorities was mute, black, gay, and fish.
Oh, so it's funny when Anna says it.
Yeah, it was.
That's a good list.
I didn't like the way you said it because you were like, "I'm so funny about it."
All right.
But yes, fish does count. The other quote that I wanted to share is a quote from Guillermo del Toro about why he made a film that's set in 1962. He said, "The movie is a movie about our problems today and about demonizing the other and about fearing or hating the other, and how that is a much more destructive position than learning to love and understand. I thought, well, if I do it about today, it becomes too topical about the news. We get into the news and social media and blah, blah, blah. But if I say once upon a time in 1962, it becomes a fairy tale for troubled times. People can lower their guard a little more and listen to the story and listen to the characters and talk about the issues rather than the circumstances of the issues."
I think that is great advice from a very good writer. But I think he like missed a huge part of it, and it's the fact that it takes place during the Cold War.
Well,
which,
that's why he said it. He obviously
I just think it's funny that that's not in the quote. Like, yeah, right. Like it's his whole idea.
That's not the core, like obviously that is a point of tension in the film, but I don't think that's the core point.
No, my point is about othering, though. Like McCarthyism was happening, and
that is
all
very
this. True. Yeah, so that's another reason. Funny... Is that's the backdrop. Sorry, Anna. What was that?
Like I think no. I think it's like completely true that like separating it from current events makes it so much easier to discuss those kinds of deeper themes to it, rather than just like the political economic like thing that you're trying to approach. I do think it's very funny, though, to Matt's point of like, once upon a time in 1962, there was Russia. It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, I know. The word fairy tale made me giggle, but here we are. So that's all the background that I had. Obviously, I kind of called out the main purposes and themes of this movie that I'm sure we'll talk about in more depth later. I did want to share that we asked on social media, what is your favorite horror romance? And so I wanted to share some of the answers we got, because this is debatably horror, but definitely romance.
Okay.
So some of the answers we got: 2 Crow 48 said let the right one in, and High Tension. Which,
Let the Right One In makes my skin crawl when it's referred to as a romance.
But like,
it is, but yikes, it's not good.
I mean, it is children.
No. One is a child.
Yeah, I know. But like a child.
Sure. And it's also that they're using them.
I don't remember that part.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So,
you don't remember that
I was like exclusively
the old
like
man
the kids,
had been in basically a relationship with this vampire for their whole life, and they were just like theirs protection, and now our main character is now going to be the new old man.
Oh no.
You don't remember all that?
No,
okay, that's funny. Yeah.
I don't. My bad. Okay, well, I need to rewatch that movie. It's been like
it's good.
8+ years since I saw that movie. Pickle Sandwich 1981. As per usual, Pickle Sandwich, love your name. They said Warm Bodies.
Great pick.
Red Treehouse Pod said, yes. Red Treehouse Pod said, maybe tongue in cheek, probably not. Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, Halloween.
That's silly. The first one, I like it.
That is very silly.
We'll count it.
Thank you, Will. Heather J. Stewart, who we just had on the show recently, said Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Love that movie.
I know you do.
You know how much I like.
I know you do. That's another monster fucker.
It's great.
Another monster fucker story that someone pointed out, Bells of Horror, said this is a tough one. Right now I'm thinking Lisa Frankenstein without really looking into other options. And this one's really funny. Spooky Sips Podcast said La La Land and then said it's emotional horror.
Mine is, I'm picking The Dark Knight.
What?
The romance between Batman and the Joker. And that movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
You're lame.
That movie scared me so bad when I saw it in theaters.
Boo.
When he hangs that guy and the corpse hit the window, I think I shit my pants in the theater. You don't even remember what I'm talking about?
No, I remember what you're talking about. I'm just still...
Or when he puts the pencil through the guy's head.
All right.
The Dark Knight's a horror movie. You heard it here.
I don't
If Spider-Man 2 is, then...
They're just different.
Checkmate.
Sam Raimi directed. Directed Spider-Man 2.
All right. So, do we want to get into 15-second summaries?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll go first.
Go ahead. I asked. I didn't have my timer ready. I've been so good recently about it, too.
Yeah. You've been better
I've been real good. All right. The timer is... This is just we're all over the place this episode. All right. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Mute lady fucks a fish.
That big facts.
Less than 2 seconds. Nailed
Less than 2 seconds. Anna, I'll let you go next.
Okay.
When you're ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let me know. Okay. Mute lady works at a secret government facility in which they study Fishman, who may be God. Michael Shannon loses his fingers. It's really gross. And then they save Fishman, let him go, and she has gills.
Yeah, that was just under 15.
Is that good?
Yeah. That was going to be kind of similar to mine, so it's fine.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so this mute lady, but she washed up on the shore and they found her and she's got these crazy scars on her neck. The fish man shows up and he can heal people. They do some love making and then she escapes with him and she gets shot and he heals her in the water. And it turns out her scars were gills because she was a fish person maybe all along. And that's why they found her washed up.
That's
now
so
she's
beautiful.
reunited.
She's
beautiful.
reunited with her kind, maybe.
Maybe, or she's just being welcomed to a new kind because Fishman doesn't see
Maybe
color.
they're the only ones, and it's just those two in the ocean with a bunch of other regular fish.
Fishman doesn't see disability. He's
No,
colorblind.
He doesn't.
It's beautiful.
He is
It's
colorblind.
beautiful.
I love Fishman. He's such a great Fishman. Oh,
You know what though? Strickland doesn't see disability either. He sees it as a
Strickland
superpower.
sees Strickland shits on everyone.
Except he wants some fuck.
He does want some fuck.
From
He's
the mute lady.
fetishizing.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't. He likes the silence, but in a gross
Yeah.
way,
Yeah,
Yeah,
not in
definitely.
an
He's
ally
like-
way.
Yeah.
Very much objectifying
Well,
her muteness.
I know. I'm making for the audience. I am making a joke
I'm just
called
checking.
comedy.
It's called comedy.
Look
Look
it
it
up.
up. Look it up.
I wrote down a lot of, well, some of the things that he said. I missed some of the worst things he said, but
I have the.
there's one that's like, I don't even know if I can say it out loud because he uses a slur. But he's like, this thing is intelligent, capable of understanding emotion. He says, so are the Soviets, the insert slur, and we still kill them, don't we? He's just throwing around slurs all over. And then later he comments about Octavia Spencer's character not having siblings and says, that's not common for your people.
Sorry, it's not funny, but it's like so
It's so
outlandishly
absurd.
implicitly racist that
It's
I'm not actually calling that
crazy.
implicit racism because that feels more like he's not actually taking a jab. It's just like being stupid, but maybe it is explicit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That man's crazy.
I will say I need to do the full plot description, but him fetishizing her being mute because he doesn't want women talking
It's
is
crazy work.
so funny of a character trait to write that I've never seen done before. And it's, again, funny is the word I have to use for it because it's absurd. It makes him so comically evil, and
Yeah.
I love him for
He
it.
is very
Love his character
comically
for it. I mean, love the
evil.
actor for it.
We love Michael Shannon.
What am I saying? I like this evil character is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like how evil they are.
Yeah. Okay, do the plot
Full
description.
plot description. Get ready, because this one is a doozy. Okay, so in 1962, during the Cold War, Hannah, it's Elisa, right? Eliza. Wow, I totally forgot. Eliza works as a janitor in a secret government laboratory. Found abandoned by the side of a river as an infant with scars on her neck, Eliza is mute and communicates through sign language. Her only friends are her middle-aged neighbor Giles and her coworker Zelda. Sick names, by the way. Colonel Strickland, also a sick name, has captured a creature from South American River and takes it to the facility for study. Elisa discovers it is a fishman and bonds with the creature. Seeking an advantage in the space race, Strickland persuades General Frank Hoyt to dissect the fishman because they want to figure out it's like how it's breathing in both, air and water. Scientist Robert Hofstetter, who's actually a Soviet spy, pleads with Strickland to keep him alive for further study while being ordered by his handlers to kill the creature because the Americans can not get their hands on him. Giles reluctantly agrees to help Eliza free the fishman. Zelda and Hofstetler also become involved in the plot and successfully get the fishman to Eliza's apartment. Eliza keeps him in her bathtub, planning to release him into a nearby canal when heavy rain allows access to the ocean. When Giles tries to stop the fishman from devouring one of his cats, his arm is slashed, and the fish flees scared. Eliza coaxes him back to her apartment, and the creature touches Giles on his balding head and wounded arm. The next morning, Giles discovers his hair is regrowing and the wounds on his arm have healed. Eliza and the fishman have sexual relations after all of this. In the water. In the flooded bathtub. No, bathroom.
First,
It's crazy.
They first bang in
the bathtub?
just the bath.
Oh, you're
but
right, and then they flood the whole room.
Yeah, and then
All
she
right.
floods it later.
Strickland
And they do it
follows
again.
Hofstetler to a meeting with his handlers where Hofstetler is shot. Strickland intervenes, shooting the handlers, then tortures the dying spy into revealing the fishman's whereabouts. Strickland confronts Zelda in her home, and her husband reveals Eliza has the fishman. Zelda warns Eliza to release the creature before Strickland can arrive. He ransacks Eliza's apartment and finds evidence of the creature in the bathtub and a calendar note revealing where she plans to release him. Eliza and Giles are bidding farewell to the creature at the canal when Strickland arrives, knocks Giles down, and shoots both the fisherman and Eliza. Giles and Strickland fight while the fisherman heals himself, then slashes Strickland's throat. As the police arrive with Zelda, the fisherman jumps into the cow with an unconscious and dying Eliza. He kisses her, and when he uses his healing power, the scars on her neck open to reveal gills. Eliza revives, and they embrace underwater. And that is The Shape of Water. And I really like reading that plot. It really is a beautiful movie, and the haters are joyless. True. And that's coming from someone that's a huge hater. Not of this movie, obviously.
Certified hater.
I can be such a certified hater, I know. But this movie is really fun and sweet and makes me feel things, and I think a really well-written movie.
Real quick,
Anna, when was the first time you saw it?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Is it Giles or Giles?
I do not remember.
Giles?
Now that I've said both of those,
Giles.
they both sound wrong to my head.
They both sound wrong. But I was saying it is Giles. No, Giles? No.
I feel crazy now.
What did you say?
Giles.
Me too.
Giles? No, then I think
he said Giles in the description. I think
whatever
it's
he
Giles.
said, I was like, I don't think that's right. Yeah, I think it's Giles.
I'm just gonna refer to him as Richard Jenkins the whole time.
That's totally fine. You can do that all you want.
Sorry, guys.
Gay bestie.
Gay bestie.
I do love that she's a gay bestie. Anna, why don't you kick us off and tell us about some things that you like?
I want to first hear, when was the first time you watched this? Do you remember?
I think I first watched it when it first came out, actually. Either right when it came out or after the Oscars. I truly don't remember. I do remember liking it, though. Upon rewatching it, I do still really like it. Do I think that it necessarily deserved like 13 Oscar nominations as far as like as that is a metric of quality? I don't know. I don't think I liked it that much. But it is still a good one, even if it is kind of odd.
Oh, it's definitely odd. I'll say Hannah and I watched this right before the Oscars originally. I've probably seen it 3 or 4 times.
I've seen it twice.
Oh, this is only your second watch.
Yeah, that's why
I want to hear more about your from first to second watch then.
I liked it the first time. I liked it the second time, bro.
About similar? There wasn't anything new for you?
I don't think that I had any new revelations this time around that made me like it particularly more or less than I did originally. I will say I've seen more of the films since then. And so my opinion on how strong of a win it is has potentially changed. But I don't even know who I would have given the win to either.
The Phantom Thread, although you've never seen it. Phantom Thread.
I mean, I really like Get Out. I really like Lady Bird. And as much as it might be problematic, I do really like Three Billboards. So it's like, I don't know. This was like a pretty even year. I do think Phantom Thread could have been contention. But you haven't seen. No. And a lot of people haven't. It's Correct. Good, though.
I also have not seen
If it convinces everybody out there, it's about Maya Rudolph.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, it's about... Paul Thomas Anderson and Maya Rudolph are married. And this is about his relationship with her and what she does for him, basically. Like, as a person. Nice. And how she makes him a better person.
Isn't it the one about sewing?
Yes. Yeah. Sewing is making movies, Anna. Sure.
Oh,
he's a dressmaker. He's making these beautiful dresses, and she's a waitress. And they start a relationship, and he is this like toxic perfectionist man, and she is kind of the one that has to come in and make him. I don't want to spoil too much, but basically, she takes care of him in a way that he would like to be like coddled, basically. If that makes sense.
But this isn't a PTA podcast.
No, I'm trying to explain it too much without giving it away. It sounds a little weird, but it's good.
So let's talk about
she knocks
this
him
movie
down a peg.
And what we like about it.
Yes.
Matt, go first.
Oh, well, I'll say, so I've seen this a bunch. I've loved this every time.
What do you love about it?
Well, I'm going to say, so I think at its core, this is like kind of an adventure movie to me. I think its pacing is phenomenal. Like, I really like the way it's moving. I'm so interested in what's going on. It's getting to the beats quickly in like a I'm just going to use quick.
Was that a fish pun?
Yeah. succinct manner. I think I'm always really interested in what Eliza's doing, and it endears me to her, Zelda, and Richard Jenkins, and Fishman very quickly.
Yes.
And
Can I pause you there?
Yes, of
because
course.
I completely agree. I was endeared especially to her friendships with Richard Jenkins and Octavia Spencer almost immediately. Richard Jenkins, one of the first things he says in the movie is if he could tell his younger self something, he'd say, take care of your teeth and fuck a lot more. And I immediately laughed out loud. And then they're doing like this little tiny tap dance routine as they're sitting on the sofa. Like he starts tapping and then he stops and then she's tapping. And then they do like the end of a tap together while sitting on the sofa just watching something next to each other. And it's so precious. So yeah, they really do a great job immediately endearing you to him and their friendship. And then similarly, when we meet Octavia Spencer, it's just her like talking all day with Eliza there. But she also, even without Eliza speaking, seems to have this like understanding of what Eliza's going to say, even if she's not signing or anything. And she's also funny as shit.
I love Octavia Spencer.
They're cleaning the bathroom, and she says some of the best minds in this country are peeing all over the damn floor.
Yeah.
I was like, yes,
Even
Queen,
my idiot husband can make it in.
Yeah, she was so funny. So I do feel like they set those characters and those relationships up right away. And similarly with Strickland, like he is immediately shown to be, well, like he's this white man asserting dominance. Immediately. He walks into the bathroom while they're cleaning. They're like, oh, we'll step out. He's like, nah, don't worry. And then pees and has a conversation while peeing, while they're cleaning the bathroom.
Oh, you forgot. He washes his hands first, pees, and then they ask if he's going to wash them again, and he says...
Well, if they don't ask, they try and hand him like
and he's like, a man only washes... Or what do you say? A man washes his hands either before or after, not both.
Yes.
And he explained, depending on his needs, it's
failing
unbecoming.
of character or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
it's awesome.
Bananas boring.
So ridiculous.
But yeah, like it's very set up immediately that he is just this arrogant white man.
I love this actor.
I love Michael
so
Shannon.
much.
So.
And just like the way he portrays this. And I think he plays such a good villain in this. And even if he could be like a little one note, I just think like opening with this whole bathroom scene
is
just like so he's such a stereotype of the like meat and potatoes, like man's man of the time, a military authority figure that you just want to rebel against. And it's great. And it's also funny that he's also got the boot on his throat and he's licking that boot.
Oh, he is, yeah.
And he's just trying to hold on to whatever power he can and try to stomp on throats below him. And they ain't licking him.
He is a bootlicker extraordinaire.
Yes.
All right, so I did interrupt you, but I didn't want you to say the whole movie. So Anna, why don't you give us another thing that you enjoy about the film?
I mean, it's just like visually stunning, I think. From the very first scene where it's like her apartment underwater, which is beautiful and transitions so flawlessly into her like just asleep on her couch. Obviously there's like some weird visuals, i.e. the whole fish man, but like I just think the whole tone of the movie is beautiful. And the fact that it all takes place at night because they're night shift workers, I think is a really interesting choice. The only scenes we really see in the day is like her at her house at the cafe with her gay best friend and like Michael Shannon with his family. But like the rest of the movie is essentially in darkness, which allows for really interesting lighting choices and like staging, I think.
I wanted to say, Anna, this movie is a masterclass in like three things: color, lighting, and set design.
And that's why it won production design. It totally tracks.
Unbelievable the way it nails, especially color. I got to give credit to lighting and set design for color, but like the reds and greens in this movie are insane. And like they pop. It's very, I love that people call this a fairy tale because I think they nailed the aesthetic of a 1962 fairy tale. Yeah. And I think it makes me even more disappointed with Frankenstein, which I like the idea of it being a gothic fairy tale. And that movie looked like Play-Doh. And that was pretty sad.
Play-Doh.
Is that the best way to describe it? It had that sheen.
That's a hilarious way to describe it.
It popped in weird ways. And the colors didn't feel right. So it looked like Play-Doh. Wicked also looks like Play-Doh.
Wicked
I agree
looks,
for sure that Wicked looks like Play-Doh.
But
I think Wicked looks like Play-Doh
Frankenstein-
that you've had for like 7
too long.
months.
It's a little dried out.
It's dry.
Frankenstein looks better than Wicked, but it's like
Yes.
a better looking Play-Doh. I wish Wicked looked more like Frankenstein, to be honest, because at least Frankenstein had a color.
And it's really tough because it's like, it's obviously not a skill issue because this movie
This is
looks beautiful.
I think setting it in Baltimore and in these labs with these are they lime green floors? Or am I imagining that?
Not lime green.
Not lime green, sorry. I'm thinking like Green Mile green floors.
I think they're just cement.
Everything about being in the city.
They are just cement.
Wow. I just think of green and red when I think of this movie, which is funny.
I think of green because Fishman.
But I think setting it in a city really helps with this kind of fairy tale feel because I think you get the I want to call it soft yellow lighting of like street lights and things like that. That can really like make everything pop. So I don't know. Maybe Guillermo's style, at least his current style, works better in a city setting than it does out in the woods. Although older Guillermo obviously works in the woods. So
it's also like the era of incandescent lights, not LEDs. Where I think you're right. Where everything has that warmth to it, even within the like government facility. It's still like it's harsh and cold in that there's all cement and things, but it still has that kind of warmth to the colors that it shows.
Yeah. I was thinking that a lot when I was looking at the government facility, how, like, obviously they're treating our boy Fishman extremely terribly, and they're very cold towards him and ignoring the fact that, like the Russian man says, that he is capable of, like, emotion and, like, thought. And I feel like the very cold concrete setting really fits with that incredibly well. Matt, anything else that you want to highlight as being particularly great about this film?
I feel like a lot of it gets into themes, but I think this love story is extremely compelling and really works, even though it's Fishman. I love the whole both of them not being able to communicate, and that's something they can relate to and find each other through that.
Yeah.
I think the Fishman is my hear me out. He's hot.
I know that is your hear me
Well,
out.
when I say he's hot, I mean another Frankenstein complaint. Frankenstein was too hot. And also Frankenstein should not be a monster fucker movie. I know he has to do it because that's his thing. But he's too hot. The Fishman is this perfect level of like, oh, he's kind of like muscular and good looking, but he is a Fishman.
Yes.
So like he's like scary, but like I can still get behind it. And I love that Zelda's her girl that's like gossiping about her having sex with the Fishman, and she's all about it.
Yo,
So
that
happy.
scene was so funny. Where's
it come from?
Yeah, and she just like mimes.
Yeah.
The mime of that is so just a wild thing. I had never expected to see of like Ken doll to like
It's awesome.
liver.
It is,
Incredible.
Just like the swings this takes, I love, while also still feeling like an adventure movie at heart, with I think a lot of fun themes to say, and like I don't know, it is a very compelling story. I think it's endlessly rewatchable, and there's never a dull moment. I actually do think this is a crowd pleasing movie, just with crazy subject matter. That people don't like always.
It would be so crowd pleasing if people could just get past the fish fucking.
Fish fucking. Yeah, I agree. I also think when you just start the movie with the main character like masturbating in their tub, it makes people really uncomfortable because people have a huge issue with women masturbating. I think that there's like a taboo about it, which is kind of weird among women more than men probably. And I really do, because I remember people complaining about that in the Babadook as well. And like thinking it was like really funny, and I was like, this is like not a weird thing, guys. So
well, that's something I really like about this film, is like women's sexuality really is on the forefront of the film.
This is a girl movie. This is a pro women movie all
and
through
pro
and through.
female sexuality.
I completely agree.
100%. Yeah. And I really love that. One of my favorite, it's not even like a scene, it's like a second of this film. One of my favorite moments is after Richard Jenkins like goes up to her apartment when the water was leaking through the floor and opens the door and all the water floods out, and it's just her like face to him but like hugging or like embracing the Fishman, and she just
like,
gives
smiling.
him this like really cheeky smile like you've caught me,
Yeah, or she just looks happy.
It's like a little cheeky, and I loved that moment so much.
He just closes the door and he's happy for her as well.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, you're a little weirdo, but I love it.
And I think it's, from a thematic standpoint, it's because he's happy to see someone in love and like feeling that when he knows that in the time and place he's in, this is going to be a challenge for him to find that. And so he can find that happiness vicariously through her. And I think that's cool. And I think it also inspires him to, you know, not be as closeted. Unfortunately, that doesn't go super well for him in this with the particular person he was interested in, but that doesn't mean he won't give it a shot somewhere else at some point. You know?
I think with this scene as well, like, and I mean, really the whole movie, it so often female sexuality is like from the male point of view, where it's like, yeah, like women are sexual, but it's because they want to have sex with men and like that's a good thing, versus this like from the how it opens with her masturbating in a bathtub to even that smile is like, she doesn't look embarrassed. She's just like in the moment and feeling really good, you can tell. And like when he acknowledges that, closes the door, and then later on you see that he's drawn that moment as well. Like, I just think it has a really great message in terms of like, yeah, again, like the subject matter is kind of difficult as far as that goes, but like that women are not only sexual, but like they enjoy it, and like that's okay, and they shouldn't be ashamed of those things as well.
I have a hot take that I just thought of because of all this.
We have a hot take section. Do we want to do hot takes right now?
Just because I have it before I forget it.
Okay, go ahead.
My hot take is that subconsciously, it's not the monster fucking that makes people not like this movie or uncomfortable. It's the female empowerment in sexuality that turns people off. And I think it's subconscious. Am I wrong? I feel like confident in betting on that.
I could see it. Like, again, especially because like it's not only in the context of her sexual relationships with a man or like with a male figure or whatever. Like it starts off with her just taking pleasure in herself, and like I think that is really uncomfortable for people to like consider.
Had this movie been from the perspective of the Fishman and the female that he was after was like Megan Fox, all the people would not have a problem.
Yeah.
The fact that it's like the woman who's the pursuer, I really think might, again, I don't know if they realize it, but I think it's maybe a subconscious bias. So
that she's not like conventionally like, yeah, she's not like the typical bombshell, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I think she's beautiful in this movie. And it's so funny to see her and bring her back and be like, wait, I thought she was younger than this. And I'm like, I have no idea how old this woman is. Because I'm like, she's like in her 30s in this. And is like this like, you know, shy but freaky.
She's freaky.
And I'm like, I'm attracted to her in this movie. And I don't know. Maybe that also makes me like it more as well. But like, how old is she? Do we have any idea?
I have no idea. I did see something though that like, especially in this time period, like being a single woman, they said that the egg timer in the very beginning, like, yes, it's very literal about how she's like structuring everything and has eggs boiling, but also that like her eggs are on a timer kind of a thing because she's aging in society, which I thought was really interesting and not something that I came up with.
I have dumb man brain. I never would have thought of that.
I was thinking that combining like an act of sexuality with an egg timer was very interesting because of fertility, but I was like, man, I don't feel like investigating this, so I'm glad someone else got there.
So she's 49 currently, so she was in her early 40s when this came out. I could have assumed 30s. I had no idea, and to be honest, after seeing her bring her back, I was like, is she in her 60s? Because they make her look so much older, but to the point where I wasn't
don't know how
sure.
old the Fishman is. It might be a Twilight situation where he's like thousands of years old and is like this mythic being.
You know
I kind of see that. I think he is eternal.
Hell yeah, and then she might be now too. Then
yeah,
and Richard Jenkins also might be eternal. We might actually have a Green Mile situation.
I hope they're happy together forever.
Yeah, me too.
I don't care.
And Richard Jenkins says they are at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I know. His narration was so sweet at the end. I want to do my warm takes and hot takes since you already did yours. My warm take is like Matthew. Nope, that's not his name. Like Michael Shannon's character. I think more villains should rip off their own limbs to assert dominance. That was scary as fuck.
It's so...
it's deranged.
It's such good character development because... listen, I don't like this character, but I kind of appreciate who they are and the like get the job done mentality. I mean, it's all selfish. But this man is like, I'm not holding on to something that is holding me back. This is not healing, rips these bitches off and is like, this is just
funny.
And like I can't help but respect that in my internal toxic masculinity is because that's still there, of course, you know. I like Die Hard, you know, like there's
Die Hard I don't think is like that toxically masculine though. He's an everyman.
I know.
I
was just, it was the first,
hot
like, that was like the first movie that
action
popped into my
movie that came
head.
Fair
You know?
movie.
Yeah, that was the first
I will
boy
say,
movie.
so something that I was thinking about and didn't really get into fully because my brain can't. But I mean, obviously, so much of the movie is about your hands. Like, obviously, she communicates via ASL. The first interaction that she has with the fish man is like their hands over the eggs. The fact that he gets his fingers cut off, she returns them, and then they kind of just like are rotting for the rest of the movie. I think that's just really interesting. I don't really have much more to say about that, but
I want to think on that, and I'm going to come back to it because I think
Yeah.
I have some thoughts, but I need to let my brain stew. So, but you
Along
were going to say
with
something
that-
else? Sorry.
No, I really wasn't. But I thought of something else. Along with that, I think like the idea of silencing and like not having a voice and them having to find their own like method of communication, and even Eliza's communication with like all of her friends and things like that, juxtaposed with at the very end when the creature kills Strickland, he doesn't do it by like stabbing, like ripping out his heart or anything like that. Like he slices across his throat and like symbolically silences him as well, which I think is really interesting.
I love that detail.
Yeah.
I have two hot takes that not to take away from your points, which were great, but
No. No, go
BRB.
ahead.
So my first hot take is Sally Hawkins is excellent in this movie. I think
Is that a hot take?
Snow,
Oh, okay.
comma, colon, Sally Hawkins is better in Bring Her Back.
Ooh, I want to disagree, but that's just because the challenge of doing this whole movie without talking except for a fun singing scene
Is incredible.
is
She
amazing,
is
and what she's
incredible.
able to convey with just
With
her
her
face.
face.
So I think that is a hot take because I disagree. I think this is I will say like generational performance, go that far with her in this just because of the limitations.
Maybe I'm just saying that because I think she deserves more praise for Bring Her Back.
Sure. No, again, it's a hot take, so I should disagree with you.
Yeah, it might be too hot. I don't even know if I agree. I'm scared now.
No, it's
too
okay.
hot for you.
It's okay.
It's too hot.
Well, I said
I'm
my
fine.
hot take is that the Fishman's hot, so
That's not a hot take.
I think it is.
I don't think it's
Anna,
a hot take. I
Fishman
think that's
hot?
kind of the point of his. I think that's the point of his character design. Yeah, he's hot.
He's supposed to be hot. Okay, all right.
He's supposed to be hot for you.
It's a great hear me out then.
It's a great hear me out.
It is a good-
because,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, but he is hot. My other and
He's so
this,
cute too. He's got those big eyes. It's like,
Yeah,
sorry.
I love the first scene where he's just like his eyes and that forehead like above the
Oh
water
my
when
God,
he's
I
looking
just
at her. It's so
picture it.
it's so great. My other hot take, and this isn't a hot take in this household or on this podcast, but it is a hot take in general, and that is that Guillermo del Toro tried to copy and paste certain elements of this movie for Frankenstein, and it did not work.
Agreed. And I don't know why, because you already had perfection of that narrative with this movie. Mm-hmm. This movie was clearly inspired partially by Frankenstein, as all monster movies can be.
It's
so why
directly inspired by
eating-
another universal monster, the creature from the Black
Oh, of
Lagoon.
course.
So,
Exactly.
I
Which
said,
obviously,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, Frankenstein being, I'm talking Mary Shelley's. So
Yeah.
But this is almost cannibalism at this point, right? Like you're eating your own idea alive, coming back to it, where it's like, it doesn't work within that story because that story already is like kind of perfection. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, and I think the story's perfection. So don't combine them.
Yeah. I agree.
Sorry, that's my.
Anna, have you seen Frankenstein yet?
I have not yet, so I really can't chime in on this subject, unfortunately.
Well, people love it, and Hannah and I wouldn't say we hate it. We find it frustrating.
We
And
are
but everyone
being
knows.
haters about it. It doesn't mean I hate it, but I'm being a hater.
Yeah. I think when you have Shape of Water, Frankenstein very, very much feels like, Mom, can we get Shape of Water? No, we have Shape of Water at home. And then it's Frankenstein.
Oh my god. No.
The thing that I thought of was, remember in college when they were like, you can't, like, obviously you can't plagiarize, whatever, but they said you can't use papers from other classes that you've written because that's self-plagiarization, which I always thought was ridiculous. I get it, but like, that's ridiculous. That's what this feels like to me.
It does.
Or at least how Matt described it, because I haven't seen
Yes.
Frankenstein. But
Yeah.
That is how it feels to us.
It's copying your own homework.
Literally.
But unfortunately, you're taking a pre-existing story and that is really compelling and you're
trying
making
to
it less
combine
compelling. Yeah.
that story with your own homework, and it doesn't.
And
it's not a
you made
combination that
both
we
less
needed.
compelling,
Yes.
is what I would say. Because I think this movie is extremely compelling, which is probably a good transition into themes.
oh wait, I guess I
Anna
don't
needs
know.
to do her hot take.
Oh, my bad.
And I also had a
was
few
trying.
things that I didn't like about it that I wanted to
Okay,
mention
all right, my bad,
really,
my
really
bad.
quickly because they're small and dumb. But Anna, yeah, go ahead.
I was
What's your
trying
hot
to be
take?
cool.
I guess I don't even know if this is a hot take or not. I did not like the musical sequence at the end.
That was my thing I don't like, was
Yeah.
I hate that weird second of, it's like a minute tap dancey sequence with her and Fishman and she's singing and I don't like it. We
With-
didn't need to hear you
I honestly, like,
sing.
That's the thing, is I think I would have been fine if it was just the dancing, because I think that's a really great callback to like the beginning and her tap dancing with her neighbor and in the hallway
Yes.
by herself. But I think like the fact that she in her dreams has a voice kind of undercuts the whole like he sees me as not lacking something or like deficient. Like I think that if in her idealized world she has
a
quote unquote
voice.
overcome, then
Yeah.
like that kind of takes away from that. And I felt like it would have been more powerful had it just been them communicating the way that they always had.
I agree.
With all due respect, you guys can go both fuck yourselves.
Excuse me?
It rules.
Whoa.
I'm really upset by that. This is a hot take. I've also heard other people complain about this. It's awesome. And it's her internal feelings that her being with him makes her feel alive and makes her feel like she is not deficient and has this voice and can dance and be like in the movie. This is her full feeling of love towards him that has grown inside, that makes her basically feel whole where she may not have felt whole before. So that's my take.
But like
I
she's
respect
trying
your
to say
opinion.
that she is whole how she is.
I know, but it's I think it's her internal feeling. She is still whole. He makes her feel whole. No?
I think that there is merit in both of these arguments. However,
I agree.
I'm also just, I'm being mean because it's funny. It's for comedic effect.
Okay.
But for real.
Sure. Okay. The other one thing that I don't, is it my one thing my one other thing I don't like? The other thing that's coming to mind right now that I don't love, and there might be like another thing that I can't recall at this moment. I hate that he eats the kitty. But
Yeah, R.I.P. the cat.
I understand the value in that because it essentially leads us to as much as like it is like a monstrous seeming thing to like eat a cat. I think it also humanizes him in his reaction to that because he's clearly like upset and embarrassed and runs away, but because he runs away and accidentally scratches Richard Jenkins and then heals him, I understand why they have it in there to lead to this moment of learning that he is healing and that he has like empathy and regret for hurting someone. And then later he plays with the kitties, so like it does like
It's a full
humanize him
circle.
further and it's full circle.
I wanted to comment
I
on this,
also-
but I'll be quick.
And Richard Jenkins saying, don't play with the kitties when he's playing with them is so funny after.
I was gonna say with that moment too, like it leads to Richard Jenkins' line of like, he's a wild animal, we can't expect him to be anything else, where it's like, yes, we've had this like kind of fishman in our bathtub and that's fun and cute and yeah, he's hot and you have sex with him, whatever. But at the same time, like he's still wild and does not belong here. And like, I think that we're going to probably talk about this during themes, but that's something that I ended up kind of struggling with, is with all of the different power dynamics throughout this movie. Ultimately, Eliza kind of has control over him and his well-being, and like she doesn't want to release him even though that's what he needs to literally survive. And like I get that it's because she's in love with him, and I know that it's not, or I know that it's reciprocal, but like there is still a power balance there where like he can't do it by himself. Like he needs her to do what's in his best interest.
I like that a lot. I think it's kind of the age old, like if you love it, you'll let it go, is probably what he's aiming for there. Not really the, it's like a play on that, because you're right. There's a power dynamic that she is in control of him almost. But I think he's using that to do the whole, like, in a relationship, you can't smother somebody. You can't force them to be with you, right? And so they're following, I think, that kind of blueprint. It's just in a more weird, fun way. And then she does let him go.
I agree.
She does the right thing, and she does get rewarded for it by being shot.
Yeah, and I do agree, especially like you have the kind of being shot. You have the kind of like, again, juxtaposition of like Strickland and his wife and how like he is completely controlling over her. And that's a power dynamic that like you're not going to be able to escape versus this one. Like she does ultimately do the right thing. And then, you know.
Yeah.
Side note, Strickland having sex with his wife and like bleeding all over her.
And covering her mouth.
And she's like, babe, you're bleeding on me. And he covers her mouth with his bloody hand and keeps fucking her
Okay,
without
also,
taking care of
those
it.
fingers must have smelled so fucking bad. It just makes me want to throw up thinking about it.
It's so gross.
That guy in the car even is like, it smells bad in here. I think it's your fingers.
Sorry, sir, your body is rotting.
I wanted to comment on the cat really quick because I had something to say, but I'll be quick. I also agree. It's a really hard watch. I think I completely agree with both of you for why it's there. I think people underestimate how much it bothers people seeing pets get killed on screen.
I don't think we underestimate that. I think
Guillermo del Toro did by putting it on the movie. Because I do think there's like a moment where I am like kind of lose some empathy for the fishman because I have this visceral reaction and I think of my own pets. And it's funny because like seeing a person get killed on screen, not a big deal. Seeing like an innocent pet get killed on screen really hurts.
Exactly what you said. They're innocent. They don't have the same agency.
Yes.
So it's very different.
And I don't know what you're supposed to do as a filmmaker or a writer with these kind of situations.
So
maybe show it off screen. Or
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So do you think it would have had the same kind of beat if instead of like fully eating the cat's head, he had injured it in a way that Giles still like came out and confronted him, still kind of like made him run away, but that he could later come back and heal the cat like he did to his arm? Do you think that would have worked in the same way?
I think I would have preferred it as a baby, as me, which I'm saying I am, but I think from a narrative standpoint, I think him killing the cat to show that, like, no, he is like a wild animal and is dangerous is kind of important. But I don't love it.
But then
I agree with that.
I also think it's tough that it's really tough with thematically too, him being like so monstrous. I think there's something really nice in that, like, yeah, he's different, but he's still human in the ways that matter. But then when you make him more of a monster, that's tough.
I think, and this might be the themes transition here, is obviously like him and Strickland are supposed to be foils to each other. And that's kind of what's fun is it is a flipping the typical monster story on its head where Strickland is our actual villain and monster and our Fishman is the hero. Or really Eliza is the hero, but Fishman is good. I think by having him
a protagonist.
Is a protagonist, yes. I think by having him kill the cat and then having him kill the cat and then like learn from the mistake is the opposite of Strickland, who is continuously a killer, continuously a bad person who does not grow and actually gets worse. So just like having
himself deeper and deeper.
Yes, having these two start from the same place and having the monster be the one that can learn and grow as a person is an important, distinct choice. So I think it is important, and I think that gets into our easiest theme, which is the subversion of the typical monster versus man tropes that we have in this movie. And I think that's probably the most surface level one, but is clearly like very important to this movie. Any thoughts beyond what I said on it?
I agree. I also think like Strickland is kind of like the society's ideal of like, he does everything that you're supposed to do on paper. He has the wife and the 2 kids and he buys the Cadillac and he listens to all of like the orders from his superiors and yet still doesn't like get what he wants. And that doesn't make you a good person versus like Eliza and basically all of our other protagonists of Zelda and Eliza and the Fishman. And you could hear my dog in the background.
We're leaving it in.
Good. That's Winston. He says hi. But like the fact that you have society's ideal versus like these kind of people that are typically trodden on by society, and like that one does not make like your supposed moral compass being dictated by others does not make that actually right.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And that's, with the fish man, the moral compass is something he's like learning along the way, and he's being taught his moral compass by oppressed people.
Yeah, and like that I think that is very, very important that you brought up. I also like he's never seen a cat before. How's he supposed to know what that is?
Yeah,
like, he just thinks it looks yummy.
Yeah,
yummy, and it hisses.
Also, like
and
he probably ate animals. Like he lived in a river, so like it's not
weird.
Like
that's how animals live. Is like they eat other animals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think that is definitely a big theme. And then I wanted to get to the idea of the lack of a voice for our main character, Eliza. And I think that obviously is in response to the lack of a voice that minorities and women had at the time. Fishman as well being a other in the story.
Had at the time and
no
continue
agency.
to have.
Correct.
Yeah. To a lesser extent, obviously.
Women, I definitely think, have more of a voice now. But yeah, I think like a lot of Black folks in our country, especially in certain areas, definitely still don't have the voice that they should. I think in Hollywood, people of color don't have the voice that they should. And I think that this is...
I'm going to go really hard into it. He's technically an alien. Immigration, anyone? Anyways, I'm so sorry.
But true. And also, like, I do still think it's... I mean, yes, like, women have more agency now than we did in the 60s. That's 1,000% true, but we still don't have the same agency as men, especially white man like Strickland. Like I was looking at stats of like this one article's like top 100 most, it wasn't like best films of 2025, but like most impactful.
Oh, and there were only 9 women directors.
Yeah,
right,
which is lower than the past several years. Like
crazy.
We were making progress and like we're going backwards again, and like, and that's just women in art spaces.
And what I'll say is, I think what is a really interesting part about this is all of our main characters have some are an oppressed group in some way or have a disability, and what they do to be seen is, even though they are voiceless, their action is what matters. And I think we know that women taking to the streets and taking action has resulted in positive change for them. I think we know that people of color being supported by allies and taking to the streets and committing action has resulted in change. And I kind of feel that Guillermo is kind of saying that with this movie is like, you need to be a nuisance. You need to do civil disobedience. You need to be out and protesting. You need to make our government's life hard to be heard, because that's how the voiceless gets a voice. And a voiceless also gets a voice by being raised up by those around them.
And especially like during, I know this came out in 2017, but honestly kind of the same thing then as now. Like the political pendulum has swung back, where like we had all of these advancements in terms of people's equality and gay marriage and all of those things, of like these oppressed classes were actually getting towards equality. I would still say that like they weren't there, but we've had this big political backswing. And now I think even more than ever, you're seeing these kind of discrepancies and inequalities that should be addressed. And that like I guess I don't know how to finish this thought really, but I think that's a really good point.
We should kill some Stricklands is what this movie taught me.
Hell yeah.
Hannah
cattle prod on him, bitch.
I do think we should take the cattle prod on him. I don't know how much this movie, I don't know if you're just seeing that because you believe in that. Like this movie to me, I didn't see it as like civil disobedience.
I didn't really see it as a call to arms either.
No,
but
I didn't.
I am kind of like adding that, but because of the voice.
Yeah. But I do think it's very much about like, it makes you think about how do we give a voice to marginalized people.
I will push back though. Let's think of another Guillermo del Toro movie, which is Pan's Labyrinth, which literally ends with them shooting a fascist in the face.
Pan's Labyrinth. That's not Shape of Water.
I know. I'm more just saying
like,
his
I'm
politics.
Sure he believes
clearly,
that. I think
like,
his politics
that movie is,
might point
the guy
direction.
goes, "Can you?" He's like, "Can you tell my son my name?" And the resistance member goes, like he's not even going to know you existed, pops him in the fucking head.
It's badass.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, okay,
And-
so think about like my point from before of like at the very end, the fishman like cuts across Strickland's throat. Like that is literally silencing the oppressor and like giving voice to them instead, you know?
Yes.
But there's also this idea that loving each other and supporting each other and raising each other up is how we get through this as well.
Yes.
Via
I
him
don't think
healing them.
I don't think those two things are opposite though. Like
Oh,
I
I
think
agree.
that those
They go
yeah,
together.
can
I
absolutely
completely
go
agree.
together.
They go together. And I actually think it's better to present them together because I think it's impossible to get it done without both.
Yes.
And I'm not saying we need to take to the streets or be violent, although like that might be the answer. Historically has been the
seems to
answer.
be the
But you
answer.
can't just do one.
Yeah.
You have to have a plan and you have to. And I think given our current political climate and the power of our government and the oligarchs in charge of this place, the only thing we really can do is support our families, our friends, and our community and like be there for each other. And I think that this is a community forward movie. For
It
sure.
very much is. It's very much stop demonizing the other and like fearing the other just because you don't know or understand them. Like take the opportunity to know them.
And historically,
like, hatred doesn't build anything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it just tears things down.
I will also say, and historically, the people that have taken action and caused change to happen were typically oppressed classes already, especially women. Mm-hmm. So, shout out women.
Hell yeah.
All
bro.
women.
Big girls guy over here.
What's that quote? I do not support all women. Some of you bitches are dumb or something. Like,
I think that works better when a woman says it.
oh, sorry.
Not you.
I'm not a
white
man.
I also
I'm bald.
yeah.
I'm bald though.
I also like
Richard Jenkins.
That I also like. I support women's rights, but I also support women's wrongs.
Yes, I love that one too. It's so funny.
I like that.
I really want to do a good for her month and support women.
Shape of Water is it good for her?
It's an actual good
Actual
for her.
good for. Oh, you're talking about
and
like
I'm talking about like a
women's
supporting
wrong.
women's
We can do
wrongs.
women's wrongs
Midsummer.
month.
Yes,
midsummer.
like
Well, she didn't do a wrong. She was indoctrinated into a cult. It wasn't her fault. She was a vulnerable person.
Well, that's why it's
yeah.
not really good for her.
Yeah, true. I'm talking like Gone Girl. I support women's wrongs.
That's a women's wrongs movie, and I love that
Nice,
movie.
yeah.
And it's thriller, and there's a murder, so it's horror enough. I'm covering it. I'm reading it again.
Chicago.
I love it.
I support women's wrongs.
Oh, I support their
Absolutely,
wrongs for
yeah,
sure.
A+.
Cell Block
All right.
Tango really told me murder my husband if he does wrong.
Whoa. Okay.
Watch out, Matt.
Yeah, a lot of them were doing petty things. Okay.
know, it's
What
The
are,
one
we had
girl
some
talked
other
about
themes.
stabbing him 10 times, and the other one gave him arsenic. So I don't know.
Well, no. I meant the husbands were doing.
Yeah,
petty
they're
things.
popping gum.
Oh yeah, they were
Yeah.
chewing gum.
Yeah.
For sure.
Man, it was a joke.
I know.
You have been making plenty of jokes. All right.
It's called comedy. All right. We need more themes though, because there are plenty more. And I've brought forth two.
The thing is we've
pulling
been
all the weight
talking
over
for an hour 15, and I did have a this or that question I really want to do.
Well, let's hit one. We already talked about women's sexual empowerment, which rules, and I like that this movie.
We also talked
that.
about like the marginalization of the other and like strengthening minorities, and we also talked about fuck a white man.
And Richard Jenkins is a white man.
we didn't
and I
talk
was
about
gonna
the
say,
power of
You know what I
eggs.
mean? The
Power of
power of
eggs.
eggs. Yes.
Obviously,
Shout out
Richard
Frank
Jenkins.
Reynolds. Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
That's really what she does. She approaches him and says, "Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?"
That is the whole movie.
I need
Before you
to
say,
make this
I was
a meme.
going to say
Oh, I'm
another
so-
one.
okay.
That's funny. You should make that a meme. Is we talked about Richard Jenkins being a gay man. I think that plays into the forbidden love of this movie, because to him that is like the life he is living, that feels that any love is not going to work for him and be forbidden. And I think that he is inspired by Eliza and Fishman, that might not be the case, and that he is deserving of love and should not be embarrassed for who he is. And
And I'm glad
and then
that
obviously
the
about
guy
how
that
he's treated.
I'm on it, like kind of glad that the guy that he was going after was such a piece of shit, because like it would be worse if he was just like embarrassed and closeted or whatever, but like he's also a racist asshole.
He
like
was racist,
and
yeah.
he makes really bad pie.
Like
fuck
everything about him sucks. Like it
Yeah.
really, Guillermo del Toro really is like, hey, if you're, the words weren't going to come out right, but he really does slander this man in every aspect. Like, oh, you're homophobic. That also probably means that you're a total piece of
bigot,
shit in
yeah.
every other aspect of your life. Go
love
fuck
that.
yourself. And I love that.
I also wanted to say, and Anna brought up a point about how the smartest men in the world here can't even miss the toilet, they can't even pee, or they pee on the floor.
Some of
I'm
the
sorry.
best minds of the country peeing all
And
over
the
the damn
ceiling.
floor. Yeah, and
Yeah,
the ceiling was funny
and,
as
and I
fuck.
think there's this idea of like that we don't give credit to the unskilled labor of the world, where that I did unskilled in quotes. I forgot this was a podcast where like this facility could not run without these women, and we don't give enough credit to like every member of society for keeping this thing running.
Speaking of unskilled labor or unsung heroes, whoever made the door of her bathroom really just an incredible craftsman, because that bitch is watertight.
let me tell you, if that was a McMansion that was built today, ooh, you would. I mean, you'd have to tear the place down. Yeah. All right. Well, we ran through a bunch of themes. I'm sure there's more, but Hannah has a this or that. There's a ton. I think this is a thematically rich movie, and that's another thing I really enjoy, which is another reason why when people compare it to Frankenstein, I was like, that Frankenstein movie had very few themes. This one's got like a billion.
A billion. Okay, so now that we've ran through some themes, we've obviously established this movie is beautiful, it's nuanced, it has a lot to say.
It's entertaining as hell.
It's more than just a monster fucker movie. And yet, today's theme for this or that is monster fucker movies. So, Matt, I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
This or that any of these movies. If you haven't seen it, just tell us.
Yep.
Don't go on an elaborate.
I'll
Don't elaborate. Just tell me the movie you like better.
It's hard.
Shape of Water or Frankenstein 2025?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or the 2000s King Kong?
Shape of Water. Peter Jackson rules, though.
Shape of Water or Nosferatu 2024?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Hellraiser?
I've never seen all of Hellraiser. Don't kill me.
Shape of Water or Splice? Have you seen that?
No.
That's definitely a monster fucker movie, but I haven't seen the whole thing either. Shape of Water or Poor Things? Oh, you haven't seen that?
I haven't seen it.
Shape of Water or Warm Bodies?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Avatar?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Brand.
Don't call Avatar a monster fucker movie, but okay.
It is, though.
And when I looked up monster fucker movies to finish this list and think of more options, it was on
Avatar.
there,
Okay,
so
continue.
Fuck you. Shape of Water or Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Oh, this hurts my heart. Shape of Water.
This one's really funny. Shape of Water or Disney's Beauty and the Beast?
Oh,
the original animated or the one with Emma Watson?
The original animated.
Definitely the original animated.
Oh my god, how do you even pick?
I know, that's why it was funny.
I don't know if I can answer this one. I abstain. I'm refusing. I want to say Shape of Water, but like, I don't know. I'm getting drawn to Beauty and the Beast. Sorry, I elaborated. All right, you want to go?
I'm going to read them to Anna. Okay.
I've seen almost none of them, so...
Oh, okay. If you haven't seen it, just say haven't seen it, or just say Shape of Water. I don't give a shit. Shape of Water or Frankenstein 2025. We established you have not seen that, so I don't know why I read that. Shape of Water or the 2000s King Kong.
I don't think I've seen all of it, but Shape of Water, I guess.
Okay. Shape of Water or Nosferatu 2024.
Probably still Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Hellraiser.
Haven't seen it.
Shape of Water or Splice.
Haven't seen it.
Shape of Water or Poor Things.
Haven't seen it.
Shape of Water or Warm Bodies.
I would say Shape of Water is a better movie, but I probably like Warm Bodies more.
Fair enough. Shape of Water or Avatar.
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Shape of Water.
Yeah, for sure. For me.
Yeah.
Shape of Water or Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. Okay.
You're braver than I am.
Braver than the
just
troops.
who I am.
Beauty and the Beast is really good.
It's so good.
Those songs, the cups.
I love the
cups.
song where it's just the whole town calling her a oddball as she walks around.
I know.
With a book.
So good.
That girl reads.
Or I guess he's the one or she's the one saying that like they're walking around and being shitty. I don't know. Everybody's judgy.
It's a beautiful movie.
It's so good.
Speaking of eggs, Gaston. The original
Bitches love egg. Okay.
Bitches do love egg.
All right, Matt, read them for me. I removed the two
my
I
bad.
haven't seen.
Okay, Shape of Water or Frankenstein 2025.
Obviously, Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Nosferatu 2024.
Shape of Water, I want to rewatch that movie.
Shape of Water or Poor Things.
maybe Poor Things. TBD.
Poor Things did what Frankenstein 2025 probably should have done, and I haven't even seen Poor Things.
It's crazy, but it's fun. I like Yorgos, so.
Shape of Water or Warm Bodies?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Avatar?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water or Bram Stoker's Dracula, my fave,
Shape
my
of
beloved.
Water.
Shape of Water or Disney's original Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. I really wanted to say it too, and I was scared.
The OG monster fucker movie.
Thank you, women, for raising voices up so I can feel comfortable picking Beauty and the Beast.
so
Just
brave.
like the movie. Thank you for taking a stand on something.
Fuck you.
I support women.
Okay. All right. Do we want to?
I always want to know if anyone has a one-off episode of this, what they think of me.
Yeah.
I say insane shit.
I would also love to know.
I think I'm funny.
I do get messages sometimes with some of the deranged things we say. Like some people will text me just something in quotes, and half the time I'm like, which one of us said that?
Well,
could be either.
My favorite
that's
quote
just
is the
fun.
one Anna sent us, which is me saying, movies are about things that happen.
Hashtag deep.
And I don't know why I said
So
that.
good.
And you know what? I stand by it, because why wouldn't I?
You're so right. That's so brave, honestly.
It's so brave. I'm
Brave
just trying to
take.
raise marginalized voices, guys. All right. All right.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. Let's.
Are we going to rate this movie?
bitch.
It's really good.
It's so good.
All right. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I think I gave this 5 stars at one point, but it is not a 10 out of 10 movie for me. But I'm giving it a hard 9 out of 10 because it rocks.
Yeah.
And on my Dalton scale, +5. Fuck all you guys that didn't like it. Watch it again.
Yeah, for those at home, if this is your one-off episode you've listened to, the Dalton scale is from -5 to +5. It's, in essence, how I capture it is how much we recommend it
Yeah.
to be watched.
Importance, recommended. I don't
Yeah.
know. We've never had Matt actually describe it. He'd probably say something different. So.
The way Matt described it on air, he was just, like, so vague and not clear, so... Rip. He's just like, it's just like a thing. Like, you just feel it. And I'm like, yeah, like, every rating is arbitrary, so why would I do this?
I keep saying the -5 to +5 takes you off of the typical 0 to 10 rating scale because now you're not comparing it to every other movie where like a 10 out of 10
feel like
movie
I am.
feels. Oh, well, I feel like I'm not with -5 to +5. I feel like I can get more outlandish with it. So
Okay.
Anna, what do you rate this?
I'd probably give it a 7. It is really beautiful and everything. However, I don't know. It's not like if somebody's like, "What movie should we watch?" My first instinct will not be to put on this movie, but I will still watch it if it's on. So, and then my Dalton rating is probably a 4. I think you should see it if you haven't, for sure.
Yeah, I feel my rating is a little closer to yours. I'm gonna go with an 8.5 out of 10. Mostly because I couldn't decide on Letterboxd whether to give it a 4 or a 4.5, so that makes sense to me. And on the Dalton scale, I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 5.
I was about to accuse you guys of not raising or being anti-woman for your reviews,
Yeah, that
but you
makes
both
sense.
gave it +4, so I can't.
That makes sense.
No.
To say to
Yeah.
the two women
Well,
that you're
I mean,
speaking with.
You know, nobody hates women more than other women.
Sometimes
That's what
that
I'll
is
say.
true. Sometimes.
Sorry. No laughs for that one. Cool. Crickets. All right.
That's always the best thing to hear from the people that you're insulting.
Well, Anna, any final thoughts before we close this out?
Hashtag stay wet.
That was beautiful.
That's
Thank you.
that's the subtitle
you.
for this episode.
Oh,
The Shape of
that's
Water,
so funny,
20,
'cause
whatever.
The
Stay
two
wet.
that we wrote down was "Hear me out." ... And oh no, he's hot.
Can you also add
But
stay wet?
Well, it's gonna be hashtags.
Hashtag stay wet.
Hashtag stay wet. Also, can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
It's so good.
It's too long. I like it, but
I know. I actually, when I was watching it, I texted that meme to Hannah, and she said, "I don't remember what that's about." And I said, "You will."
Oh, that's so funny. I did not retain that at all. The eggs were such a primary part of this story. Wow.
all right. Well, Anna, last time we had on this
an
pod,
egg
you
tail.
were trying to sling your resume to any listeners. So what's the update?
Well, I'm still fucking unemployed, so hit me up.
Let's
Losing
go.
my mind
Hire
slowly.
Anna.
Give me a job, please.
If only we had more listeners where that
Yeah.
this would be helpful.
Hey, you just got to have the right listener. It's not
Shout
about
out
what
LinkedIn.
you know,
That's
it's
true.
about who you know.
It's
Shout
totally
out
about who you
LinkedIn.
know. And right now, I don't know anybody.
We should have a LinkedIn for Horror at the Hannahs where we just post like slop, like all the other boomers do on LinkedIn. No? Okay. Yep. Horror Hour with the Hannah's LinkedIn. Okay. Well, I think that wraps it up. So Anna, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure, as always.
And with that being said, I've been Matt Hannah.
I'm Hannah.
This is Horror at the Hannahs. Stay tuned and stay scared.
And stay wet.
Thank you for listening to Horror Hour with the Hannahs. Make sure to listen to future episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever else you can find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube, where we post episodes and shorts. You can follow us at Horror Hour with the Hannahs on TikTok and Instagram, as well as at Horror Hour on Blue Sky for more content. If you like the podcast, please follow and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. Happy hauntings!